Apes together strong. Apes together strong. Apes together strong. Apes together strong. Apes together strong.
Well, hello YouTube, and today I picked up some of these back graphic novels going back quite a long way. Here's my Gorilla Soldier from Hot Toys. I've had him quite a long time. If you know the General Ursus going cheap, let me know. So I picked up Planet of the Apes Cataclysm. I picked them up really cheap. I got 7 graphic novels all together, and Cataclysm is fascinating. Anything to do with the history of the Earth going back 2,000 years. You know that when Taylor's in sleep, what happens to the Earth and the outcome, and how do you know the history and the underdwellers and all this. This is amazing. I read this 3-part series, so we're going to go into it. So this is like number 1 of Cataclysm. The intro to this is amazing. Basically, I mean, I read this. There's I got 7 paperback graphic novels of somebody on eBay really cheap, and I'm just obsessed with the original Planet of the Apes. Especially the history of the world and what happened, and it starts off in the 21st, sometime in the 21st century early, and this is when humans are in control, and there's another Alpha Omega bomb. There's 2, and I found this interesting. And then thousands of years later, well, they're going to launch it because they're back in the human time. The enemies launched their nukes, and they're going to like the Asline. You know Asline, who created the book. You know, created the photon drive for the Liberty One. Well, they've built the Alpha Omega. In the book, it's called Project Church Door. What we learn about it. But there's 2, and then next minute, like, there's the big nuclear war in the early 21st or late 1990s, and it all kicks off, and it's set centuries later, and I'm only going to show you a bit of it, but it's set centuries later, and another Alpha Omega bomb gets launched, and it's the underdwellers that do it. Apparently, there's a broke off section of them, like a splinter group, and they're insane. Well, they were insane original lot, but the apes, Zeus and that, find the bunker where there's another Alpha Omega bomb. Now, this set about 10 years before Taylor turns up, and they're trying to come out with some explanation to why there's no moon, because Taylor would have obviously recognised where it was. And the underdwellers, this like cult fanatic of them, launch this other Alpha Omega bomb and destroys the moon to wipe out the apes. And that's it. And we're going to Dr. Milo and all this. Dr. Milo, he's in prison because they've got this prison called the Reef, and he's in there for his ideas of heresy. So we get the final. Is this number 2? Oh, this is number 2. I think that was the final one. We get, this is number 2. That's number 3. Sorry. And it goes into like where the ending. Dr. Milo, he figures out that the ape planet is dying, and they have him going off finding the ship, what Landon told him about. Now, if you read Conspiracy of the Planet of the Apes and Death of the Planet of the Apes, a lot of your answers are in here to fill in the gaps. So this is number 2. But I was so over impressed reading Cataclysm. I just thought it was an amazing read, and altogether it is pretty good. I mean, I'd like to own the comics now, but the comics are going for stupid money. So that's Cataclysm, and we go into the history of the Planet of the Apes, like here. Like we go into this, there's a human that's able to translate in one of the graphic sign language. This one, there's about ape history. The lawgiver gets assassinated. There's a civil set like 1500 years. Taylor's in deep sleep at this time. But there is a society of ape and humans, a beautiful little short story where a gorilla's sent on a mission to this ape monastery. One of the ancient scrolls has been dug up, and it ends up with the ancient scroll that humans and apes are meant to live equal, and the orangutans, when they get it, burn it, because obviously they've corrupted the religion. So and we get into this massive world of ape pirates. They've got airships, still using muskets, but the underdwellers are manipulating the scene. They're making out like the monks, giving them advanced technology and all this. In Cataclysm, Dr. Milo meets an underdweller, and they tell him that they can sort the moon out. They're working on ways to stop it from destroying Earth, so they must have access to all this technology, but they just don't use it. And there's a murder mystery about a conspiracy of an ape teaches humans to talk, but there's like another religious ape as well who preach certain things, and it just goes into the whole hypocrisy of their society. But honestly, these have been a fantastic read, and I do recommend them. So this is my review of Planet of the Apes graphic novels. These are the ones I've got so far. I'm definitely going to hunt the rest down. I just love the history of what happens to that world over 2,000 years. Just mind-blowing, but I love it where the underdwellers, a set, like a faction of them, have been manipulating events for centuries, with the humans. But it's still, there's plot holes, why can't the humans not talk? They never really finished that one. The two books, Conspiracy and Death of the Planet of the Apes, does answer a lot of stuff. But I'd say they filled up 80%, but anything to do with the history of that world, because not just the underdwellers out in the Forbidden Zone, there's other things, and all this is mentioned in the books, and some of it is in here, and it's brilliant. Really enjoyed this. So I'm gonna go. Please give this video a like, please subscribe, and the artwork in these is superb. I spent all night, I read all 7 in one night. I couldn't put them down, especially Cataclysm. Was honestly, it's just like you're seeing the underdwellers from a whole new perspective, which I just love about this. But if you can get hold of these, I were lucky. I got them very cheap, and I'm absolutely ecstatic about them. So please give this video a like, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Live long and prosper.